Hello friends! In one video in the past, I showed you how to use a net locator as an AIS transponder. I leave the video here somewhere. I don't know. Was a problem with this, and I mentioned that problem in that video. It's working very good, but the problem that I have is that when I put my AIS receiver and that is connected to the plotter, the AIS receiver is receiving the data from my AIS transponder, and it doesn't recognize that is my own boat because I don't know yet how to filter that information. Probably is a way to do it. Please, if somebody know it, leave it here in the comments because I would like to know it. I think my plotter is the Marine Charlie 120, I believe. I will confirm it later, but I think that's the one I have. And yes, I don't know how to filter that information, so constantly I have the alarm of collision because it's my own boat following myself, you know, and it's constantly. So the way I fix that is turning off the alarm. So I turn off the sound alarm. I still have the visual alarm, so I can see all the other boats, and when they are in a collision track, they get red. Okay, they get red and they flashes, so I know it's okay here because we only do coastal sailing. And we're going to Scotland, we're going to the Isle of Man. It's always somebody on watch on the plotter. Okay, and it's short roads, so and it's a lot of traffic, so we are always watching, monitoring the plotter. So that's not a problem. But if we want to do longer distance trips, where we might be somebody goes to sleep and maybe the person in watch could be distracted, we want the sound alarm, and we find a solution. First of all, I didn't find the solution. I have to thank the low-cost sailor, and this is the reason I'm doing this video originally in English, because if you are Spanish, your first language is Spanish, you probably already saw the low-cost sailor video, and he's much better. He explains everything technically. I'm just going to show you what I did and the solution for my particular case. Okay, and that was my problem. Also, it was a follower. Can't remember the name. We'll leave it there in the description. Was a follower asking me to do this video, so I came this weekend, and it's a nasty weekend. It's blowing, the wind is blowing, it's raining, and I didn't want to do it. I was procrastinating because I already have it, and I don't want to play with it. You know, when something works, you don't want to touch it too much, and it's working wonderful. But I'm going to do it. It's for you. So please, if you like it, hit like and leave a comment. Tell me, please. It really helps. And if you really like it, you can click in thanks, and you can buy me a beer, maybe. And I promise I will drink the beer here in this boat with you. Okay, let's go for the work. So, what we need. So I already told you the problem. The problem is that my data from my transponder goes to the AIS, and the plotter cannot filter. I know that Navionics in the tablet, Navionics can filter that information. So what I need is to pass the data from AIS to my Navionics wireless. How can I do that? Okay, it's different ways. Well, for example, you can buy an expensive one, an expensive AIS that does everything. The one I used to have in the other boat was the N-Track B954. That was fantastic. That have his own Wi-Fi, that have his own how you call it, a splitter inside. That was doing everything in one piece. But I think it was about 800 pounds. So you want to pay that? That's solving all your problems. The one I have in this boat, I think, is about 100 points. That's what it costs, you know. And then to put it the Wi-Fi, I got this little guy. That is the solution to all my problems. And this is, you call it Elfin EW10. Elfin EW10, this will cost you about 6-7 points, maybe? Something like that, okay? Yeah, I got to this age already. Okay, this is the Elfin EW10A. Here. You don't get the Elfin EW11A because the EW11A, the definition is that is an RS485. This have the connector, the RS232, that is very popular and easy to find. If you have the RS485, you will need a converter from RS485 to RS232. So remember, get the Echo Whiskey, Elfin Echo Whiskey EW10 or 10A. What you need to do when you got this, get the version with the connector, because you need the connectors. Get the version with the 4-pin connectors, and that will make your life very, very easy.
Once you have the Elfin with the 4-pin connectors, the first step is to give it power. In the diagram I'm showing now, you can see a simplified connection directly to the 12 volts battery. The connector clearly marks which pin is the positive voltage and which one is the negative or ground. Now this is a sample version, but in my actual installation I connected the Elfin through the instrument's thermal switch, so it turns on at the same time as all the other instruments, and I also added a small fuse, just in case. Next, you need to check the manual of your AIS receiver. In the manual, look for the data output wires. There should always be one positive and one negative. The colors can vary depending on the model. For example, in my current AIS, they are yellow and green, but on the AIS I had on my previous boat, Guía, that was an aim track, they were brown and blue. When you know which wires the data outputs, simply follow them from the AIS unit until you find the connection going to the plotter. This is the point where you insert the Elfin. Making use of that same connection, it has to be a point where the AIS receiver connects to the plotter. Then it's just a matter of wiring the positive output of the Elfin RX receiver pin and the negative to ground. And that's it. The connection is done and ready for configuration. And that's it. I'm going to leave it like that so you can see the lights, because I have here also a base, okay, but I'm going to leave it out so you can see the lights. Okay, I put the power, and only the power for the moment, and you can see that we have the light flashing, so that's a good sign. That means that it's working. So let's go for the configuration.
To communicate with our tablet, we can use two ways. One way is the easy way. If you don't have Wi-Fi in your boat, this is a direct way, direct Wi-Fi. So you communicate your tablet directly to your Elfin or to your AIS. But if you have a Wi-Fi network, like I have in my boat, you can do the things different. I will show you later. So first, let's go to the connection, the easy way, the direct connection from your tablet to your AIS. Okay, we have all connected, powered, and it's time for the configuration. Let's go to your phone or your tablet and look for a new Wi-Fi network that has to be just created. In my case, I call it AIS already because I have changed the name, but it's going to appear a network with call it EW10 / and 4 letters. That will be what you will find in your phone. In my case, I already changed the name, so I call it AIS. So when you have this, go to your browser and enter the address 10.10.100.254. You enter this address, and then you go to the configuration. You go to a web page for the configuration of the Elfin. So here, for the effect, you are in the system status, and you can see what it is. But you can change few things here. If you go to system settings, you can change the password. You can put a different password. Sorry, I forgot to mention the password is admin. That's the password normally when you connect it the first time. Admin. You can change that, okay? Then I will also recommend you change the name here, the name of the Wi-Fi, and put a password, okay? So next time you connect, you need to use this password. That is my recommendation. After that, let's go to configure it so we can start to use it. The first thing we do is we're going to the serial port setting. Serial port setting, this is very, very important. If not, it's not going to work, okay? There is two ways that the protocol, something is here making noises. I am sorry, it's really windy and the boat is moving around and everything is making noises here. It's a nightmare. I deserve that beer. Okay, the baud rate first. The baud rate is very important. That is Beatles. Okay, NMEA devices normally work with two baud ratios, 38,400 and 4,800. Normally, the AIS devices is going to be 38,400. So please use that first. If it's wrong one, you come back here, it won't work. You come back here and change it again and try it. That's what I done before. And in my case, in this boat was 4,800. But I never seen one before at that speed. Normally 38,400, whatever. Okay, here I am. So let's go to the port settings. Choose the right value. In my case, as I say, is 4,800. You normally are going to use this one, okay? I'm going to use this one because I know. Leave the date bit to 8. Stop bit to 1. Parity, none. Disable the flow control. Disable the CLI. And protocol, leave it to none. Submit. And that's it. So now our device is able to receive the data from our AIS. Now let's go to communications so we are able to send that data to our plotter. So let's go to communication settings. Okay, there is different ways to do it. The one I'm going to do, the one I know, is the TCP server. We'll leave it as a TCP server. The local port, you have to put, this is the normal in Navionics, so let's go to put 110. Let's go to disable security, okay? And the root, you put UART. Submit. And that is ready. Now it should to be able to receive the data. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect everything and see if it's receiving data. Okay, everything is connected now, and the first thing I see is that a part of the green that is the power, I have a flashing yellow light. That it means that it's receiving data. That's very good sign. So now our Elfin is working and is sending data to the port 110. Data from the AIS. We know that is working. So now we need to configure our Navionics to receive that data. So now you get the tablet, the phone, whatever you're going to use for your Navionics, and connect that tablet to that new Wi-Fi that you created with the name of the password that you use it. So now grab the tablet or phone that you want to use for Navionics and connect again to the same place. Okay, connect to this created Wi-Fi. You have connected, go to your Navionics. I think it's called voting now. Yeah, go to voting. And hopefully it'll automatically detect everything, but if not, you go to menu, go to pair devices, add a device, put your the name of the device, put the host 10.10.100.254 and the port number 10.11.0. Look, it's already looking for, it's already alarming. You have your here your data. Remember to put your MMSI number here. This way Navionics will recognize your boat and won't alarm about your own MMSI number. So of course you need to have boats nearby,
And as you can see, my boat is not there. Well, that's my boat, but it's not in the alarm. Okay, while the other boats are.
So that is the easier way. If you don't want to complicate your life, you got it. That's the way to connect it directly. But it's interesting to have internet on board. And it's interesting that this device connect to internet. Why? Because that way, if you have internet on board, for example, and you have your tablet there with your Navionics, you can have it. If you are connected directly, you don't have internet. It's only a communication between your tablet and the Elfin. But if you have internet and Elfin integrated in your internet, you still have internet in your tablet, so you can download your maps, you can receive messages, you can do a lot of things. Or maybe you manage another devices with your tablet. Maybe you have cameras, maybe, and it's a lot of things you can do. We can think in a lot of things. Maybe in the future we do more things and integrate everything together. So I think it's interesting to have internet on board. So let's go to see how you do it if you have an internet on board.
Okay, let's go to the system settings and then choose the Wi-Fi mode, choose the client. That is STA. Then connect to your red Wi-Fi. So in my case, I already have it, but you do a scan, and then it will appear the different Wi-Fis that you can access. So in my case, is in Marisa, and then you put your password. So that it is. When you have this, you do submit. And that's it. When we restart the device, it's going to be connected to our internet. So let's go to restart.
So that it is. Now it is connected to our Wi-Fi. That is. It is going to assign an IP. So now we have to go to our Wi-Fi modem and check what IP is. It's been assigned. And one thing, you should to put a fixed IP, because if not, and David from Local Cellos, he didn't tell me that, and I used two devices because every time I connect Navionics, the second time didn't work, and I thought this is only one use. And what happened is that my modem was changing the IP because it was a variable IP. So you have to tell him to keep that IP always, so you always connect with Navionics. So okay. As you can see, there is not the Elfin is not connected anymore. So let's go to the browser. Let's go to the browser and go to my my modem. And in my modem, I choose the clients to see what clients I have connected, and then I can see that the Elfin is connected here, and the IP assigned is 10. Then 168.8106. So I take note of this IP, and then let's go to the. I am connected in the Wi-Fi already, so I go to the browser and I put that IP number. Okay, 168.106. Go. And there you go. I am again in the Elfin. So to do, I need my Mac. Number that is here. Okay, the Mac number is here. So take note of this. Take note of this. In my case, is 289C6E or B4B98. Okay, and those numbers más. Okay, get that number and then go back to your modem. Go back to my modem. And in my case, your modem might be different. In my case, I have to go to more settings and then go to LAN IP. Somebody's trying to message me. 1 second, please. Go to LAN IP, a static IP address, add a new one. and then you choose in the list, and I need to look now. I might need the glasses again. Oh my God. Okay, I need to choose for the, what was it, 2.8? So many. Where are you? 2 starts with 2.8, 9C, 6E. Oh, okay, is that one? Got it. And I give this IP fix. Okay, apply. I got it. Okay, now I need to put this IP in Navionics. Let's go back to Navionics. Button here. No, I don't have data because it's connected differently. So part devices, I'm going to forget this one. Oh, I just put the IP now. Let me see. The IP is 10.168.8.106 on the same port. It should be okay. Save. And it's already connected and already receiving data. So there you go. There you go. And I can see all the boats here around. The names, you know that the names take a while to get the names. I got some names here. That doesn't have the name yet. That doesn't have the name yet because out of spirit. Because it takes few minutes for each boat. Okay, Stena super fast. Stena super fast going to Scotland, Olympus, Virginia Ann. There you go. In your phone, or you can use your tablet, wherever you want. Okay, my friends, then that is all. As you can see, you can have your AIS in your tablet, and also you can apply this for more other things. One easy things I can think of is, for example, for your depth sounder. You can put your transducer. You can put one of these in your transducer too, and then Navionics will take the depths. I don't like it that personally because I used to have that in the other boat, and it was giving a track of depth wherever the boat was going. It was very confusing, but some people might find it interesting, and it's a lot of other applications that you can have. And as I say, you can have your computer, you can have a Raspberry and send all the data to the Raspberry. So the things you can do are unlimited. Well, I think I'm going to go because Claire decided to don't come. She said she was coming, but it's too cold, and she just came from a trip to Italy, and she's back at home now because she doesn't want to come. I'm not going to stay here on my own, and it's getting dark, so I think I go home. So I hope you enjoy this video, watching this video, as much as I enjoy doing it for you. And if it was any good, that's my wife calling me. If any good for you, please let me a comment. You don't know how that helps. Use with the comment, but if you put a like and a hype, much better. And as I said before, if you want to pay me a beer, you just hit thanks. Okay, and if you pay me a beer, I promise to you that I drink the beer in front of the camera for you with your name. Okay, thank you. See you next chapter. Maybe I think the next chapter I'm going to publish one that we went to Stranford Village. Very interesting. Okay, see you soon, amigos.